What is good, everyone? OJ over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to my top 5 most anticipated Nintendo Switch exclusives when it comes to console-based. These are going to go over 5 different games that I'm really looking forward to in 2017, and there are more games that I'm excited for, that I'm looking forward to. Heck, even more exclusives like Pokken Tournament DX that didn't make the list here, but I wanted to go over my top 5, and I'll be breaking it up over the next week or so you can tune in every single day in order to see what games I'm most excited for. So starting in at number 5, we have Splatoon 2 for the Nintendo Switch. This game is something that I talked about way back. We didn't know whether this game was going to be a sequel or that it was going to be a port. That was the early indications or rumors or information that I got that it could be a port. But the reason why some people were probably saying it was a port is because the early footage or whatever they saw was probably so similar to Splatoon 1 that they thought it was a port. But no, it is a sequel. And it's a sequel that's looking great. Some of the things that I'm really excited for in this game is the gameplay. Obviously, Splatoon 2 is always known for its silky smooth 60 frames per second, and I think that cannot be underestimated when it comes to gameplay, when it comes to content. It's not the be-all, end-all, but in a shooter, especially an online multiplayer shooter, you want to make sure that it's 60 frames per second, that it's smooth, and it feels great to play, and that's exactly what Splatoon 2 does. Even in the test fire beta back in March, you could see how great the controls were, whether you're playing with the Pro Controller or playing with the Joy-Cons. The HD Rumble built-in also added to the experience. Plus, we did get some note that it will be 1080p 60 frames per second for the most part, so we still need to wait and see as far as the Inkopolis Plaza and all that, because I know that the resolution was a little bit, or not the resolution I should say, but the frame rate was actually halved to 30 frames per second in that plaza on Splatoon 1, so we can see if they actually up that to 60 frames per second and 1080p, or if it'll be 720p, but either way, I don't really think that stuff matters. All that matters is when you're in the game and playing it, and the smooth 60 frames per second really reflects and shows how great the gameplay is, and upping it to 1080p from what we've seen, it definitely looks a lot better because the beta was 720p, so for those who have those big televisions, it's definitely better. Another thing that I'm really excited for in this game is the single player. Now, I played the original Splatoon 1 single player and I thought it was good. I thought the boss battles were fun, but sometimes the levels just got kind of boring or a little bit monotonous when you're going through. I'm hoping that with Splatoon 2, based on what they've shown here, that the levels are going to be a lot more advanced. There's going to be a lot more stuff to do. Looks like they're bringing back the rail grinding and other things that they had in the previous game, so I'm looking forward to seeing how the single player works out and the boss battles. That's the biggest thing for me, is the boss battles, but it even looks like they're upping the story in the game as well, with the Squid Sisters trying to tell a little bit more of an epic storyline, so I'm looking forward to that as well. In terms of the online multiplayer, obviously some of the new modes they've added in as far as the league battles go, that's going to be pretty cool. I've never been that great at Splatoon, but I do think that I stopped playing it, so I didn't get better. But with Splatoon 2, now that they have Nintendo Switch Pro Controller support, I can play it comfortably the way that I want to. I definitely think that I'm going to be getting into the whole league battles and 4-player squads and all of that. The Turf War stuff is obviously going to be really good. They're going to be bringing back Rainmaker. There's a lot of the cool modes. And by the time that you guys are watching this video, they've already talked about the Splatoon 2 Nintendo Direct, which went down last week, so there's going to be a lot more stuff that we probably didn't know, or at least I didn't know when I was recording this into this video. So it's really awesome. I love what Splatoon 2 is doing. I love the art style. The new equipment that they've been showing off is really cool, and everything about the game just says fresh. Like, the developers know, as far as the style goes, what people are interested in. We've heard some big pre-order numbers when it comes to Japan as far as how much that game is going to sell there, and I think it's going to do great worldwide. And the fact that, for me, this is big, the fact that you can play it in handheld mode. I know during the test fire beta, I played 2 of the rounds in handheld mode, not on screen or anything, not to where you guys could like see it. I wasn't streaming or anything, and I loved it. I thought Splatoon 2 worked so well in handheld mode. The Joy-Cons attached onto there for HD Rumble, everything felt right, and if you wanted to use gyro, you could use gyro controls as well. I think it's just as good as playing it on the TV, and I'm definitely going to be playing a lot of late night matches right there, lying down in my bed, playing it in handheld mode, so I love the fact that it is coming to that, because one thing about the Wii U is that you couldn't play it in handheld mode, right? Because the second screen experience was all built in with the, looking back and forth with the map and everything. And some people even questioned me when I said that, hey, they're going to bring this thing to the Nintendo Switch. You don't need a second screen experience for this game. It can still be played with a single screen. They're smart. They can develop it that way. Some people laughed at me and told me, no, Splatoon 2 is a dual screen experience. You have to have dual screen. And I was like, no, you don't. And I think it might be better without it. And so far, I think it's definitely a better game without that. As far as looking back and forth, you don't need to do that. You can just pull up another second screen overlay, and Splatoon 2 works fine. So I'm excited for everything about Splatoon 2. I think it's looking good. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys a little bit more excited about this game as far as ranks in your top 5? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, make sure you check out the links in the description below. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Go and give us a like and a follow on all of our social media. It really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the interwebs. Check out our Patreon page. Pledge any tier and be entered in to win some awesome prizes, in addition to $10 eShop tournaments for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Splatoon 2, and more. Also, make sure you hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest news, reviews, discussions, and more. Make sure you check out all this week. We will have more videos as far as my top 5 most anticipated console exclusives for the Nintendo Switch. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you ninja in the next video. Peace.